I'm joined now by Dr. Tani Malhotra. She's the OBGYN and maternal and fetal medicine doctor at UH Cleveland Medical Center in Ohio, which, as we just noted, is the epicenter of one of the most high-profile cases currently in our post-Roe landscape. Doctor, thank you so much for being here. It's been a little over 3 weeks since Roe was overturned. Ohio enacted its 6-week ban. I guess the simplest question is, were you prepared for that? It happened pretty abruptly, although we knew it could be coming. Did you and your colleagues consult with lawyers ahead of the Supreme Court's ruling? And yeah, are you prepared? Or were you prepared?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Sam. As a high-risk pregnancy physician, we had seen this coming for a while, but we didn't exactly expect the impact to come so fast. When Roe fell on Friday morning at 10, we thought we had a few weeks before the injunction on SB 23 would be reversed, but we didn't. It went into effect that night, and so we didn't have as much lead time as we did, and we wanted to wait about what exactly would happen, how the chips would fall before we started making plans, because we didn't know exactly how the Supreme Court was going to rule, even though we had seen the leak. You know, things could change. Right. So since then, it has been, chaos is not the right word, but it's been very difficult to provide care and to provide, to just go to work every day in fear. These laws written by people who have absolutely no knowledge of medical care are endangering our patients. And it's very difficult every day to face our patients and tell them that.
We just went through a couple articles about sort of the granular disruptions that are happening for people who are providing maternal care. And I'm actually very curious how you have changed your operations. Do you literally consult with lawyers? Are there lawyers on staff who in real time are saying, no, you can't do this. Yes, this might be kosher under the law. Is that how you now operate?
That's exactly how we're operating. Things that 3 weeks ago I was making my medically sound, evidence-based decisions on, things I knew was the correct way to proceed to care for a patient. Now, when we know that's the right way to make a decision, we're calling the lawyer first, saying, hey, we need to do this. Is it okay if I proceed? We're not lawyers. We are physicians. We're very educated on medical matters, but not the law. And so because of the confusion created by it, we have to call the lawyers before we can make any decisions now.
Have you seen a similar situation like the one described in Wisconsin, where a woman has a miscarriage, the doctors do not feel they can legally help her because of the new bans on abortion, and therefore she's bleeding out for 10 days? Have you seen something like that in Ohio yet?
I have not directly seen something like that, but I'm not surprised. These laws are written so vaguely that they do not allow for the nuance of medical care. You know, they talk about being able to take care of patients if there is imminent threat. And they did that with that 10-year-old where they said, oh, she could have had it in Ohio. But at baseline, pregnancy has a threat, right? In Ohio, it is 19 per 100,000 births is going to result in 19 per 100,000 births will result in deaths. So at baseline, there's a threat. So can I just do abortions or provide abortions or refer for abortions for all of those patients? Or does the threat have to be 30%, 50%? Do they have to be dying in front of me? There's just no clarity on that whatsoever. And our medical judgment will not suffice, because they've clearly told us in these laws that our medical judgment does not suffice, that we have to follow their laws.
This is a little bit of a downstream effect, but I'm curious for your response. And I guess I should, in the spirit of transparency, reveal that my mom is a gynecologist, was an obstetrician, so I have some familiarity with this. But as a career, you know, recruiting future people to the profession, it strikes me that with this type of legal uncertainty and potential for criminal prosecutions, it's going to be a lot harder to convince people to enter the profession. I'm wondering if younger gynecologists and obstetricians already are professing that they'd feel uncomfortable and maybe looking to leave, or if you're fearful that you'll have essentially what is amounting to a brain drain, where people just don't want to deal with this and don't bother becoming OBGYNs.
Yeah, everything you just said. So I think we're hearing all of that, where I hear my colleagues say, you know what, they're going to move out of this state or start working in other states, at least part-time. I'm definitely hearing from medical students and residents choosing not to come to the restrictive states. And it's not just about, our personal professional safety, and I'll get into that in a second, but it's also about the training they're going to receive. They need to be able to have the full scope of medical education in obstetrics and gynecology to be able to work in all the places and have all the options available to them. And coming to Ohio and other states with such restrictions will limit their ability to get that education, to get that training. And whether you're doing it for a patient who wants an abortion for, their personal reasons, or you're doing it in an emergency, the procedure is the same. And so if it's not taught, then they don't know how to do it, regardless of what the circumstances of the procedure are. And as far as professional uncertainty goes, medicine is a stressful career, as you probably have heard from your mother. There's things that we're considering all the time as we're caring for our patients, but add to it the stress of now the care that I'm supposed to give my patients might land me in jail. Am I making the right decisions? Now I'm constantly balancing my Hippocratic oath to do no harm, with my safety of ending up in jail. And that's a lot to ask of physicians.
Extremely stressful, I can imagine. Dr. Tani Mohatra, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you walking us through these very delicate and difficult times. Good luck going forward.